All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Ross Givens here. Want to take a look at the markets because, man, we've had a big up day today. Now, so far, markets just closed. So here's the numbers on the right side of the chart. S&P finished up 3%. NASDAQ up around 3. Dow about 2.8. And the IWM, the Russell, the small cap stocks up nearly 4%, and volume was fantastic. I like to pull this site here from the Wall Street Journal showing the advancing versus declining volume. It shows kind of confirmation. And these are the two numbers I look at right here. Let me blow this up for you. Is the advancing versus the declining issue. And I look for up days, I want to see big 90% plus days, meaning 90% of the volume was buying volume. And if I just do some basic math here and divide these 3974 divided by the total, which is 4273, yeah, we had a 93% up day in the market, which is extremely, extremely bullish. It's what I like to see. I kind of track these here. And you see we got one yesterday. It looks like another day. So back-to-back 90% up days, really, really strong signal and something we often see near market lows. Now, is it guaranteed? Well, no. No indicator is 100%. But these are the kind of things we want to look for. Whoops, wrong bar. We want to look for to signal the low might be in, because we want to begin buying stocks and getting positioned as quickly as possible once we get a good signal that this bear market is over with. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. Claudio, good afternoon to you as well. I want to go through some big stocks I like right now, and we'll look at where we're seeing strength and some potential opportunities should this market go higher, as well as some ones that are good to short if this market indeed goes lower. So let's take a look at a few stocks here showing a lot of strength, ones that I think could continue to outperform in the event this is the low of the market. Now, again, we must ebb and flow with the market. We must be in a position where we're willing to say, nope, it's still falling, and go short, or say, yep, the buyers are there, we're going to begin buying. So here's some of the top stocks I'm watching right now. The market has been pretty clear about this for the last several months, and the areas we're seeing the most strength have not changed. It's been solar stocks, it's been biotechs and medical stocks, some service companies. Remember, every bull market has a theme, and the theme of the last bull market, which ran from 2009 to 2020, was big tech stocks. So it was Facebook, and it was Amazon, and it was Google, and it was, all those big FANG companies. Well, it's been so long, so many people think that's just the big name. That's the ones you hold, but they will not be the best performers of the next bull market. The last bull market we saw after that was very short-lived, but it went from March of 2020 through the end of 2021. So basically the post-COVID boom when the stock market flew was the theme of that. Well, it was work from home stocks, right? It was Peloton, it was Zoom, it was all those kind of stocks that led the market. So we're looking for the new theme for this next bull market. And so far, we're seeing the most strength is solar, is medical, and biotech. And that one makes a lot of sense. After a global pandemic and all the trillions of dollars that's cost, it shouldn't be really surprising to see investors putting money into biotech research and pharmaceuticals and things like that. So none of this should come as any great surprise to you, but let's go over a few of the big ones. When it comes to solar, the big stocks in phase here, I mean, this thing, you'd have no idea you've been in a bear market. Look at this chart. It's ran from $113 to $325 a share. It's held up extremely well here, kind of forming a base. And if this thing can break out, especially reaching the new highs, that's going to be really strong. Another good solar stock is First Solar. Now, we actually own this one of my insider effects service. Look what it did today. It broke out into new all-time highs, gaining 4.7%. This is just a beautiful chart of strength right here. Okay, look what we're seeing. This is a stock that, despite the market, right now is October the 4th, 2022. So if we add or overlay the NASDAQ against this, let me turn these moving averages off so it's not confusing. This is First Solar stock. This is what the NASDAQ has done. And that has been trending lower. For the most part, it's holding on, but look at this huge outperformance. Going from 15% down to 65% up while the market has fallen. Okay, so this is what you're looking for. This is what market leading stocks look like. They lead the market. We're one day, maybe 2 days off a bear market low, and this stock is making new highs. More importantly, look at this volume chart. Now, if you're not used to studying and analyzing volumes, it'd be a good little crash course for you. Make it as simple as possible. The big ones, you want them to be green, and the little ones, you want them to be red. Okay. What you're looking for is institutional accumulation. When big funds, big multi-billion-dollar funds, the ones who move stock prices and drive the market, when they're building positions in stocks, it takes them weeks and months to buy. They can't hide that kind of volume, and it's going to show up on the chart. What you want to see is big volume on the up days, and in the pullbacks. So like this little kind of pullback right in here, see how it went from 121 down to 112? Look at the volume. There's nothing. It dried up. Surges higher, volume spikes. Pulls back, volume very low. Surges higher like today, big volume. And so the more big green, institutional buying bars, and the fewer big red ones, the better it is. And this is just beautiful strength. So First Solar, definitely on the radar as a market leader. A couple other solar stocks, maybe not as strong. Canadian Solar. This one's pulled back a little, but notice it didn't really do a whole lot today. We're not seeing anywhere near the strength we saw in First Solar. Same with Shoals, SHLS. It's making a rip here, but we don't see the big accumulation volume. Look at the volume chart at the bottom. Now look at First Solar. You see the difference? See the big spikes in here? That's what we want to see. Now, alternative energy kind of across the board is looking pretty good. Next Era was one showing strength. It's time to bounce in here. That's probably the best of the solar sector. ARRY is another one. This one's kind of been falling apart here. Wait and see what happens with it. A couple other stocks looking good. Vertex, VRTX. This is a biotech company. And again, I love it when you're in a nasty bear market. You look at a chart and go, I would have no idea we're in a bear market. Look at that chart. It's just been cruising higher, shallowing pullbacks. And now the thing is really tightening up. And you've got kind of formed this little resistance area, basically right around in here. Stalling. And now it's breaking through on good volume. So it rips higher, gets up here, 307, 310. You're likely on to another leg higher in Vertex. All right. RYTM, another good biotech stock. Notice how this one, now this was a failed breakout here in September. Prior to that, this thing is just ripped and run. Starting in July, this market bottomed. It came from $4 to $14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-day base breaks out again for a second leg. Again, look at the buying volume here. Look at the big giant green bar. This stock was seeing 600,000, 500,000, 200,000 shares a day, and then 7 million, 30 million, 7 million, 7 million, 10 million. That's institutional buying. When you're seeing 10 to 20 times the average volume and the stock is just screeching higher, that's institutional buying activity. So you want to let the pullback happen, buy on the next breakout. Same thing. Got up here, nice big break, but wasn't enough volume, pulled back. It's kind of basing again. Again, I'll allow a failed breakout, the nastiest bear market we've seen in 15 years. So what am I looking at? I'm looking right here. We get a move up above 26 or so on the big volume, showing they're still buying. I think this could be another big mover. AXSM was looking good. It's broken down a little bit. I don't really like this one anymore. TMDX is trying if it can reclaim its 50-day, but I don't love the pullback there. These are just some of my previous focus list. Marsana beginning to show some strength. Again, we're looking, notice all the stocks I'm looking at. We're not looking at ones that are, coming off the bottom or, it's half what it cost a year ago. Cheap stocks are cheap for a reason. The company's in trouble and people don't want it. Even if the company's doing great, if nobody wants it, if there's no demand for the stock, if it's being sold, it's going to go down. So forget bottom fishing, forget picking stocks off the bottom. Look at the ones near their highs. If you want one trick to picking the best performing stocks in the market, wait till the market is at its lows, like right now, and look at the new 52-week high list. That will put you, I guarantee the stocks are going to lead the next bull market are in that list. Okay. AMRC, another one, is an industrial engineering company. Not the strongest area of the market, but it is basing up and tightening and kind of forming a little shelf here around 75, 76. We can break out above there. We could have something. We're starting to get some institutional buying. Not a lot. I want to see a little more accumulation. Montauk fell apart today. This is a renewable energy stock. It's actually an electric utility company. So they, instead of making solar panels and all, they actually own a bunch of that infrastructure and sell electricity that's generated using those things. And look, you got a huge update today. Index is up 3-4%. The stock's down 12%. That's a death knell. The stock should be off your list. It's no longer one I would buy. Looking at what else I have here. Celsius Holdings. If you haven't tried these drinks, they're actually pretty good. Funny story. I actually recommended and bought this stock years ago when it was trading at like $3 or $4 a share. Maybe it was $2 a share. I don't remember. I sold it somewhere in this mess, but it's just had a really, really strong run this year. These energy drink companies, as weird of a business it is, they can make huge money. One of the best performing stocks of all time is Monster Energy, MNST. Red Bull's private company. They're not traded, but it would be a monster too. So this one, again, trying to hold its support level right here, 92, 93. This thing can get back above, $100 mark, above that century line, above its moving averages, show some accumulation. This thing could get another leg higher. Trivia Health is falling. Amps is trying to reclaim. This is a stock I've been watching for a while. Atlas Power, another alternative energy company, and it's kind of off the radar. And you notice had a cup with handle breakout looking right in here, and it surged and then totally collapsed the next day. So really, really volatile and big selling volume. So I'm watching this one very closely for potentially a second move above kind of 2050, 2060 right in there. Cal-Maine Foods is another one. My stealth members will know this chart. I mean, really just tightening. Looked like a really good breakout here. They got held back by a nasty market, and then we got some big selling. So this currently is scaring me. It's trying to hold the 50-day moving average, this red line right here. If it breaks below, it's off my list. If it holds and tightens back up, this could be another potential buy. But as of right now, this one's kind of on the sit and watch list. Hostess looking really good. Everyone knows Twinkies, right? The only food that can survive a nuclear disaster. Well, this thing putting in a pretty good little base here, kind of you can call it either like a cup with handle pattern, or you can look at it sort of as a shallowing volatility compression area right in there. Either way, volume looks great. Lots of big, heavy institutional buying activity in here. Moving averages all trending higher, properly stacked. The stock is within 2 or 3% of all-time highs. Everything looking like a go for this one. Now, make no mistake, if the market rolls over and the Dow goes down 4% tomorrow, all bets are off. I mean, nothing is going to drive. I'm trying to say a move like that could drive all stocks lower. Just like a big push up could drive most stocks higher. Plug Power, this one kind of showing pretty weak here. Actually, one I'm looking to get short. BSM, Blackstone Minerals. This one looking perfect right in here. Okay. Blackstone Minerals, BSM. I'm going to draw you a line right across the top there. Look at this textbook breakout pattern. We get a big run up, a pullback, and then just a shallowing action. This one even had a little shakeout move right here, which can even strengthen these up more. So if it breaks out here or puts one more tight little pivot in there, I'd be all over this stock above $17. Look at the big volume coming in on this thing. Several days of big institutional accumulation throughout the base here. The up-down volume ratio sitting at 1.5, meaning just up volume versus down volume. So very, very bullish ratio there. All of that looks really, really good. So BSM, definitely one to keep on your radar. And then Denbury also. This one took a dive to the 200-day, but man, it's just ripped the last 2 weeks off of that. An oil company, so it's a bit, there's an extra twist with the oil companies because you got to deal with the price of crude oil as well. But this one could be a market leader as well if things play out well. one more, Neurocrine Biosciences. I really like this in the biotech sector. Again, the volume is just beautiful in this one. All the big spikes of accumulation, big heavy buying. This was a perfect pattern. The run up and the shallowing right in here, breaks out on just huge 3 days in a row of big volume. But then we've had a nasty market, and the market has kind of held this stock back. And now that they've let the reins go and the index are beginning to run, look at this stock doing, immediately making new highs for the day. So really, really good sign, showing a lot of strength. Again, these are the ones you want to focus on, right? This is where you want to go. The market there are 7,000 publicly traded stocks out there. You have plenty of choices. Do not feel like you need to limit your investments to Amazon and Google and Apple and Tesla and whatever they're all talking about and trading. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of people watching those stocks. Stick to the best. Stick to the one showing growth, breaking out, huge sales growth, huge earnings growth, high relative strength, being bought up in large chunks by institutions. Those are the ones that can really move and make you a great deal of money. Okay. Now, really quickly, if you're interested in this kind of stuff and you want to learn more, I run a service called Stealth Trades. And every single Monday, we get together live and review the markets. I share my favorite trade opportunities for the week. I look at your stocks and we analyze them live together. And I teach this approach of finding those market leading stocks and looking for strength. And more importantly, how to do so with very low risk, how to buy stocks, never risking more than 7, 8, maybe 9%. And still leaving open those opportunities where you can get into stocks to jump 30, 40, 50, 80% or more. So if you're interested in that, we get this crazy $5 offer to join this. You can scan that QR code or just text Ross to 74121. I believe there might also be a link in the description below this video, so be sure to check that out. It's called Stealth Trades, and we do this all the time to give you some ideas of the kind of opportunities we're finding. We did in phase back here. We bought right there before the stock shot up 40%. It allows us to identify stocks like Permian Basin Trust, which we bought earlier this year in that same shallowing pattern. We bought right here before the stock quickly rose almost 60% in 3 weeks. And I like to teach you how we do this, what to look for, and how to find these opportunities. So click that link there. Let me see. I think I lost it. Oh, there it is. So yeah, scan that QR code or text Ross to 74121 and we'll text you a link to sign up, or check the link below this video. It should be down there in the description. Okay. So that's the big ones on my radar right now. Hopefully that helps you out and put some stocks in front of you. You can potentially make some money on. If you have any questions, put it down here in the comments. We'll respond to you directly. And we hope you join us at Stealth Trades. I look forward to working with you.